Recognize royalty. Gotta recognize it. Recognize royalty. Like they ain't got eyes to recognize royalty.
What's happening, Dex?
What's going on? You can hear me?
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you. What's on your mind?
One second, I'm making my baby bottle, but just a few points that these guys are talking about. So for one, a lot of the statistics that both groups were saying, the white and black men were saying, a lot of them are like inaccurate, and that's pretty dangerous, as we know. It's dangerous because it's misleading. Is very much misleading. Like every statistic, almost every statistic that they said was like highly inaccurate. When he said that white men or white police officers are more likely to get shot from the perpetrator, that's definitely inaccurate. That's inaccurate. One of the top five leading causes of black man's death, young black man's death, is at the hands of a police officer. And you can go look that up. Everybody got access to a phone. You can look that up. Then another thing he said about the guy on the train, the recent event that occurred with the stabbing on the train from a black man from a white woman. That in itself is dangerous to paint that guy as just an outright crazy person, and white people are innocent, in that situation, which is like furthest from the truth. In my hometown of Oakland, California, there was a girl by the name of Nia Wilson. If you go look up Nia Wilson, you can clearly see that, if not worse, her and her sister were stabbed by a white perpetrator on the train in the same fashion, and it didn't get nearly as much as global or national news or headlines. It did not make any national headlines on the scale that this is, and it happened in the same fashion. It was some more points that I wanted to speak on regarding the reparations and all of that, but yeah, that's pretty much where I stand with the statistics and things.
Yeah, I actually just asked ChatGPT what's the top 5 reasons for the top 5 causes of death of black men. And it gave the top 5 causes of death for black men in the U.S. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dex?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
So number 1 is heart disease or cardiovascular diseases. It says heart disease is the leading cause of death across many demographic groups, including black men. Risk factors are high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, smoking, and limited access to quality care.
I said top 5.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going through the top 5. I asked, what's the top 5 reasons? It said number 2 is malignant cancer. Number 2 is cancer or malignant neoplasms. Cancer is the second leading cause of death. Some types, such as prostate, lung, and colorectal cancers, show racial disparities in incidence and mortality. Yeah, it says number 3, it says, is unintentional injuries or accidents. This includes motor vehicle crashes, falls, and drug overdoses. Among younger age groups, accidental injuries tend to rank higher relative to chronic diseases. Number 4 is stroke or cerebrovascular diseases. Stroke is another major cause of death. Related risk factors overlap with heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, and structural health inequities. Number 5 is diabetes and kidney disease. Diabetes and kidney-related conditions are significant contributors. In aggregate, kidney disease is among the top 10. Black men have especially high rates of diabetes and are more likely to develop kidney complications.
Did you say young black men, or did you just say black men in general?
It says black men have especially high rates of diabetes and
No,
are
no.
more likely.
No, I'm talking about the overall question that you typed in ChatGPT. Because when you say young black man, it's going to say definitely top 5 is death at hand by cops.
Okay.
It's according
Sure.
to the 20, I think like 2019 or later data. Yeah, I could go look it up, but it definitely is by at the hands of cops. I think number one is accidents. Number 1 is accidents, like car accidents, stuff like that. I know number 5 is actually cancer, and then I think number 6 is actually the police. So I said top 5, but it's really top 10. But I can get the source though, because I just looked it up not too long ago.
Okay. Yeah, because I did put in the search for young, and it gave me the same 5 reasons. So, what was it that you heard that you were contending by saying that?
The statistics that it was a couple things. So one of the things what one of the guys said was one of the white guys said, he said that he said that black people commit 50% of the crime in America.
Yeah, 50% of violent crimes. Yeah.
But that's not true. It's not true.
Why do you say that?
Because it's simply not true. We only 13% of the population. It's not true.
No, but I've seen that statistics before.
Yeah, but
I've seen that.
That's based on arrests, not convictions. That's like a proven thing.
Yeah, so you're saying that black men are being arrested for crimes that other races are committing?
I mean, that could be true too, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we're arrested for crimes at a higher rate for
But they're not convicted for them. They're found innocent.
No, they're not convicted. No, they're found innocent. Yeah.
Okay, so granted, like the people that committed those crimes, though, the crimes that these black men are found innocent of, you're saying it's not black men committing those crimes, it's other races.
No, I'm not saying that anybody is committing a crime, that because if you get
but that would have to be what you're saying. But no, hold on.
No. Let me just
say,
if
you're saying, hold on, if you're saying the rate is too high.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: if you get accused of committing a crime that you didn't do, right? If you just get accused of it, that does not make you guilty of doing the crime.
Right, I get that, but for black people's violent crime rate to be low, because you're saying it's not 50%.
It's not.
You're saying it's lower than that. So what you would have to be saying is that, because you're saying that blacks are being arrested, but they're not convicted because they didn't.
We're being harassed.
So what you're saying is, but for that to matter, for what you're saying to matter, then what you would also have to be saying is that the people that really committed those crimes are not black people, right? It's some other race. Like those crimes went unsolved.
You're not phrasing,
but it's not. But you know for a fact it's not black people committing them.
No, but you're not phrasing your question right. You saying it as if I'm blaming the white people for it. No, but if we're not committed,
not even white people, it could be Hispanics, it could be Asians. But I'm saying if you're saying the numbers, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, because I want you to understand what I'm saying, because I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying
I
to you
understand. Just let me finish.
If you're saying the number, if you're saying that that blacks are not as violent as the numbers state, then what you're saying is when you mention, if you're going to mention that blacks, they get arrested, but then they get off, then for the numbers to be different, they would find that the people that committed the murders weren't black people. There were some other race of people. You're saying like what you would have to be saying.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it in that fashion. Yeah.
What do you mean you're not saying it in that? That's what you're saying, but you're not saying it in that fashion. I don't even know what that means.
Because you have to look at the numbers. It's 204 million white people in America. That's compared to 46 million people, black people in America. We talking about two different. That's almost triple the amount of people, if not double. So how is that even hard to believe?
How's what hard to believe?
Yes, white people would commit more crimes in America because they're almost double the amount of people as black people in America. We talk about rates. We're not just talking about the numbers. We talking about rates.
No. Talking about even the numbers, 50% of the violent crimes
that's based on
are
arrest.
Committed by
based on arrests, not convictions. You could go look it up. Everybody knows this.
Okay, but again, we would end up right where we just stopped. If you're saying it's based on arrest and not convictions, what you're saying is the people that were convicted, like even though blacks were arrested, they were found innocent, then they arrested the real perpetrator, and the real perpetrator wasn't black. Like, okay, that's what you would have to be saying, bro.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Dex?
No, I do.
Understand what I'm saying to you?
I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm trying to give you hypotheticals so that you can understand what I'm saying, so that you know that I understand you. What I'm saying is this: if you have a bigger group of people that statistically at a certain rate commit a less of a crime rate, you would think the numbers would tell you that it's not happening as often as you think it is, because the group of the people are larger than the other group of people. And we're talking about white and black people. Black people don't outnumber white people in America. White people outnumber black people in America.
Okay, Dex. So let's say there are 100 violent crimes in America every year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 100,000 violent crimes in America every year. 100,000, right?
Yeah.
50% of that, 50% of those crimes, that means 50,000 of them were committed by black people. Right? Even though black people are just 13% of the population, they committed half of all the violent crimes.
Hold on, you said 100. You said 100, and then you went to say you said a couple thousand. So I'm not getting
50,000.
50,000.
Let's say I said.
Well, how would you get 50,000?
Because blacks commit 50% of the violent crimes.
We don't.
That's what the data says, bro. You just said the data says that, but it's wrong. Okay, hold on, Dex. I'm trying to figure out. Dex, I did look it up. It says 50%.
It's based on arrest. It's based on arrest.
Okay, I get that, but I'm asking you. So you're saying
who are the most policed in the communities? Who are the police really policing? They're policing black people.
So
that
hold
means they're
on.
policing only 13%.
So Dex, what you're saying is, Dex, if what you're saying, what it sounds like you're saying to me is, Dex, is that half of the crimes that black people were arrested for, some other race committed that crime.
And didn't get convicted at the same rate.
And didn't get convicted for it.
Yes.
But some other race committed it.
Yes, that happens. Okay. Look at the Central Park 5. You can look this up.
All right. So let me ask you this question. Can I ask you this question? Let me ask you another question. Do you believe that 50% of the violent crimes happen to black people?
Yes, I agree to that. That by black people, though. By black people. Black people,
But if 50%, Dex, if 50% of the crimes happen to black people by black people, then that means 50% of the crimes are being committed by black people.
You misrepresenting the statistic.
What?
What I'm
Dex,
saying
Dex.
is,
Oh,
what I'm
no,
saying
no,
is,
no. Hold
look,
on, Dex.
50%
Dex, Dex,
is by one death, is
Dex,
by death.
Dex,
Yes, I
Dex.
hear you.
No, you don't. You can't possibly. Do you hear yourself?
Go ahead. Say it again, so I can help you understand what I'm saying.
I said to you, I asked you, do you agree? Because you said to me you don't believe that 50% of the crime is being committed by black people. You said you don't believe that. Then I said to you, okay, do you think 50% of the victims are black people? And you said yes. And then you said, but that's crimes committed by black people. I'm like, okay, so that's the 50%. So how do you not?
Hold on.
How
So
do you not? Here's the
you're
question.
shedding light.
Here's the
You're
question I'm
shedding light.
asking you.
You're
Here's the
shedding
question
light
I'm
on
asking
13.
you.
Hold on.
Here's the question I'm asking you.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you believe, like, how is it that blacks are 50% of violent crimes happen to black people? You believe that. But you don't believe that 50% of the crimes is being committed by black people.
This is where you're getting the statistics all messed up, and I just kind of conflicted. Hold on, let me show you what you did. You're calling a non-conviction a crime. It's not a crime if you don't get convicted. It's not a crime. You didn't commit
it's a crime. What?
You did not commit the crime if you did not. As
long as there's a victim, there was a crime. Whether somebody got convicted or not, as long as there's a victim, there was a crime. You're telling me if nobody got convicted, there was no crime?
We're talking about convictions. You're saying as if it was convictions. It's not convictions. It's based on arrest. If somebody get arrested for a crime that they didn't do, then it's not a crime that they committed.
But it was a crime that happened to somebody.
Yes, but not.
And the victim is still black. The victim is black, right?
Not to the person that.
Hold on, the victim is black, right?
It could be the
victim.
Do you agree?
Hold on, Dex. Do you agree that black people are more likely to commit a crime against other black people?
Yes, because we live amongst each other. We
Do
live
you agree? Okay.
White people are just.
Dex. I got you, Dex. Yes, I got you.
White people
Dex,
are just
I got
as much.
You. Yes.
White people are 80% to 90% just as much as well to commit a crime on their own people too. That's the same.
I understand. I get it. And Asians are more prone to do against Asians. I get that. So you agree that black people are more likely to commit a crime against other black people? Okay. Do you also agree that black people are the victims of 50% of violent crimes?
Yes, I just told you that.
Okay, all right. So if you agree that black people are more likely to commit crimes against other black people, and you believe that black people are the victims of black crime, right? Or you believe that black people are the victim of 50% of crimes, then you must also believe that 50% of crimes. Hold on, let me finish my question. Dex, let me finish. If you believe that black people are the victims of 50% of crimes, then you must also believe that 50% of crimes that black people are the victim of, you must also believe that most of them are committed by black people.
Yeah, but we talk about 13% of the population, right? We're not talking about 200.
How does that matter, Dex?
It matters.
What the hell does that matter?
What do you mean? How does it matter? It matters because we're one of the smallest percentages of people in America. That we're talking about.
You're one of them. Okay. So you're one of the smallest percentage of people in America, but you're committing 50% of the violent crimes
based on arrest, not convictions. If you get convicted of a crime, that means you did it for sure. That means it has happened. Just because the crime had occurred don't mean that it really occurred. Look at Jesse Smollett. Was that a crime?
So Dex, when you agreed that most of the crime that happened to black people happened by black people, you agreed to that, right?
I get what you're saying. Yes, I agree to that. But you're making an assumption that I'm saying that all crime that are being committed by black on black is 50%, and that's not the case. Like I just said, one of the highest percentages.
So what percent do you think it is? What percent do you think it is? What percent do you think blacks are 13% of the population, what percent of violent crimes would you say they commit? You say it's not 50%, right? You say blacks are the victims of 50% of the crimes, but blacks don't commit 50. What percent do you say black people commit?
I would say like 15%.
15%.
Yeah.
Okay. So you realize, right, that if blacks are the victims of 50% of crimes,
they're not the victim of 50% of the crimes.
Okay, what percent would you? Because you already said
they're victims of 50% of the crimes due to black on black crime. That's not black on white, black on Asian, black on. That's not any of that. That's just black on black.
They only do what? Hold on. Black people are only victims of 50% of the crime of black people?
On black crime. When a black man kills another black man, that's black people's business. That has nothing. That's not
so
even.
They're the victim of. So that's 100. So black people are the victims of 100% of black and black crime.
That's not what I just said. You hold on. Let me slow it down so you can understand.
Please slow it down, because you're losing me, bro.
Listen, you're saying 50% of the crime, right? Let's take what you're saying as crime and let's put it in just black people. Let's just say the black people, right? Let's just talk about that specific group of people. When you say 50%, it's done 50% on black crime. That's not including white people doing that to black people. That's not including Asian people killing black people. That's not including any other group of people doing that to. So where's the other 50% at? That's what I want to ask you. Where's the other 50%?
Yeah, you got to say that again, because I don't know what you're talking about. What?
See, you missing me because I'm slowing it down. I'm slowing it down for you. I just
said, you're making it too slow.
We talking about black people specifically. We're not talking about any other crime. We talk about black on black crime. When another black man go kill another black man, it's 50% in just the black circle. We're not talking about it overall.
Wait, say that again.
Dude, it's like it's no clearer. I'm saying it so.
No, just say it again.
So you keep giving a statistic that black people commit 50% of the overall crime in America.
Of all violent crimes in America are committed by.
That's not true. That's not true. We talking about 50% of black on black crime when they say that. When you get that statistic out, that's what they're correlating it with. They're not correlating it with all crime.
What are you talking about, dog? I look at the stats, and that's what they're talking about.
Dude, it's based on that stat that you're reading is not the same stat as what I'm talking about. Is what I'm saying. It's that.
So what stat are you talking about?
That stat that you're talking. I'm talking about what you're talking about. The stat that you're talking about, that you're reading right now from the DOJ, is based on arrests, not convictions. When we talk about convictions within the black community, it's at 50%.
When you talk about what? Arrests?
Arrests within the black community, it's at 50%. Crime within the black community is at 50%. Not overall 50% in America, just 50% within the black community.
50%
within
blacks are arrested for 50% of the crimes within the black community?
Yes.
But they don't commit 50% of the crimes within the black community.
No, they don't commit it outside of the black community at 50% is what I'm saying. As a whole country.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Dex. I gotta tell you, man.
I know because you're not looking.
I don't know what you're saying, bro.
Do you get within? Within means black people only. That means one black person after another. Because I could say the same thing for white people. White people commit just as much, if not 80 to 90%, just like black people commit 80 to 90% within their own community crimes.
So you just said it was 50%. You just said it was 50%. Now you're saying it's 80 to 90?
No, I'm talking about violent crime, by gun, white on white, black on black. That's what I'm talking about. I'm correlating it with as a whole now. I'm not talking about just specifically black people. I'm talking about it as a whole. When I say that, they're both at 90. You're 90% more likely to get killed by your own people. Is what I'm saying. 80 to 90.
Okay.
And how is that even believable when we're only 13% of the population? They have 204 million white people, and if for you to believe that black people commit 50% of the crime, do you not know there's white collar crimes? Just how they say it's black.
That's 50% of violent crimes. That's violent crimes.
It don't matter. It's not 50%.
What do you mean it don't matter? What do you mean it doesn't? Of course it matters if you're going to bring in white collar crimes. White collar crime is not considered violent crime.
50%, I know, but 50% of it is based, the statistic that you're reading is based on arrests. That's what I'm saying. It's not within the black community. That's as a whole country that you're talking about.
Okay, so what you're saying is it's based on arrest, and they arrested the wrong person, right? And you're saying the right person that committed the violent crime is not a black person.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's
not what I'm saying. I'm not going to agree
to that. It's the only thing that would make sense. It would only. If that's not what you're saying, then what you're saying doesn't make no sense to me at all. Hold on.
If
that's not what you're saying, then I have no idea what you're saying.
I don't know who is doing it. It's not my people. That's all I know. It's based.
But if it's a crime,
DOJ, if you go look at a crime is a crime. I get it. Crime is a crime.
But Dex, if it's a crime against a black person, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more likely that a black person committed it.
Okay, hold on. So okay, let me ask you a question. So you're saying
no? Can you answer that question? Can you answer that question? Yes or no?
I'm trying to get an understanding. So you're saying that because black people are more likely to commit black on black crime at the rate that you're saying, that another black man is responsible for that statistic? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because you would have to agree with that, because you already said you believe that black people are more likely to commit crimes against other black people, and white people commit crimes against white people.
So you're saying black people are more likely to be victims, is what you're saying?
The statistics say 50% of crimes are against black folks, violent crimes. And so if black folks are 50% of the victims of those crimes, then black people would be, let me finish text. If black people are victims of 50% of those crimes, then black people are also the perpetrators of 50% of those crimes.
Hold on. So listen to this. Where are you getting us the exact statistic that's saying that black people are 50% of the victims in America?
DOJ, bro.
No, the DOJ is lying to you. That's not true. That's not true. Man. We're not 50% of the victims. If that's the case, if there's 46 million black people, right? And how many of that percentage would be black men? Black men. That would be a small percentage of black men, right? So how is that the black men or that would be like genocide? That would be genocide.
No, that would be more like suicide.
That would mean that there's not even many. You wouldn't even really see a black man walk down the street if that was true.
If what was true?
If what you're saying is true, because a couple million people ain't really that many people. You can go to a football stadium and see a couple million people. If you said what you're saying is true, if black people is killing black people at that 50% rate, then you wouldn't see as many black men as you see in America today. So you know that's false.
That's if 30 million people got murdered every year, but the number ain't that high, Dex.
No,
what are you talking about, Dex?
That's what I'm telling you. That they're talking about rates. They're not talking about a whole group of people. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about rates. And and the rates are based on are based on arrests, not convictions. It's not rocket science. It's based on arrests, not convictions. If a black man killed another black man, he really did it and he got acquitted of it. That does not count as the statistic that they're talking about.
It's just more likely that he may not have done it, but it's more likely that another black person did it.
It doesn't matter who did it. What I'm saying is, it wouldn't count as the statistic. It wouldn't count as a statistic. That means that they're not going off real statistics. They're not going off DOJ statistics. They're just going off the arrest. I got arrested for it. So, okay, that number is what it is because you got arrested for it. You're not going to... Hold on. Let me ask you this. How many times have you seen or heard of a white person getting arrested for the same crime that a black man committed?
Why do you believe... Let
me ask you this question real quick. How many times have we seen this? A white man and the black man commit the same crime, and all of a sudden, the black man gets sentenced at a higher rate than the white man for committing the same crime.
By the same judge?
By the same judge. Yes.
I don't know.
It's because it's clear. It's obvious racism.
And we see that a lot.
We see it as statistics. The statistic that you're saying.
You'd have to share that with me where the same judge
we could, bro. You can look this. You
for
can
the same crime, two different people. You'd have to show me that stat. No, I'm not looking nothing up. You'd have to show me that.
Okay, I'll shoot it.
Because I don't believe it's out there.
I'll shoot it to you in a minute.
Would I believe it's possible that different judges may have done that? Okay, but the same judge? I don't know.
The same judge have done that. It's plenty of situations where judges have resided over the same type of case. You got criminal judges that do the same murder cases over and over, same stipulation, everything, same guidelines, but sentencing black men, which is less than 13% of the population, less than 13%, at a higher rate.
Let me ask you this question, Dex. What makes you believe that black people are more likely to commit crimes against other black people, and that white people are more likely to commit crimes against whites and Asians again? What makes you believe that?
Because we live amongst each other. That's all it is. We live amongst each other. White people live amongst white people. Black people live amongst black people. Asians commit crime because they live amongst Asian people. It's just what it is. That's just what it is.
So why do you keep So even though, you would also have to agree then that even though somebody got off, was arrested, but it wasn't him, the right person that committed the crime is more likely to be a black person, right? Because that person that the crime happened to lives among black people. So even though a black person may have been arrested but not convicted, he got off. He was arrested, then found to be not guilty. Like the right person that committed that crime is more likely to be a black person that other black person that it happened to lives amongst. Mm-hmm. Right? Right,
yeah.
Dex?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So it doesn't change this, so it wouldn't change the statistics. So why do you keep saying it's always only arrested?
It do change the statistics because not in every case that's the case. You got a lot of black men dying at the hands of white men at a higher rate than any other time.
I know it's not in every case. That's why I said it's more likely.
But that's how you
not in every case, but it's more like it's more likely, right? It's more likely.
Times change, so statistics also change too. So when you put out a statistic like that, it's dangerous. It's clearly dangerous because today somebody could wake up tomorrow and be like, "Oh, all white people want to kill black people," and all of a sudden the statistic is changing in meantime, like right now. So when you say that this is happening, now you alluding to the case that black people kill black people at a higher rate. When tomorrow they're gonna wake up and think differently. You know what I mean? Now it's all white people killing black people. The times change every day. Something changed. That's why it's dangerous. Well, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
Dex, you smoke weed?
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
It's all about life in the street.
People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them out you want hygiene a do it. That's why enough of them get rifle a beat. Everybody want big ups and want fi drive in a Jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she buy in a read. Not even 5 bills you can't find for the week. Me no see no changes, the same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet. But keep a eye open every time you go sleep. Cause mankind jealous and them idle go late. Them never yet plant and not try figure rape. Bigger heads where you fight for the sake. Now cater about the future nor the child where you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle we submit. The system will slide where you fit.
Inna the streets where we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want the dough. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. This a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah. Everybody just a pre-success. When me looking at the street, you me see enough stress. Them all a fight for who reach up next. Everybody want floss and a beat up chest. Juvenile in a them teen love sex. Them a pre the fast money, them no need subjects. And if you're unfortunate, please don't vex. I saw the thing said cause the streets don't rest.
Inna the streets where we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want the dough. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. This a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah. It's all about life in the street. People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them out you want hygiene a do it. That's why enough of them get rifle a beat. Everybody want big ups and want fi drive in a Jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she buy in a read. Not even 5 bills you can't find for the week. Me no see no changes, the same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet. But keep a eye open every time you go sleep. Cause mankind jealous and them idle go late. Them never yet plant and not try figure rape. Bigger heads where you fight for the sake. Now cater about the future nor the child where you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle we submit. The system will slide where you fit.
Inna the streets where we born and grow. Only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want the dough. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah.